Hi, I am Eddie Chami of Mersal Wine.
And I'm Michelle Chamier of Clear Wines.
Sorry we couldn't be with you guys in Iowa in person, but given the war and the situation that's going on here in our backyard, made it literally impossible to travel. So we thought we would do this over video, just show you appreciation and thank you for supporting us. Thank you for coming to this class. Just briefly, I'll go through an introduction of what Mersal Wine is about, and Michelle will do Hia Wines. We'll cover the area that we grow our grapes in, the wines that you'll be tasting tonight, the situation at the moment here, and we'll just summarize the video. Sorry, this may be a lengthy video and may bore you, but that's the best we can do given the situation that we're in at the moment. So let me talk about Mersal Wine. We're a winery in the northern parts of Lebanon, facing the Mediterranean at 1,500 meters. But our vineyards span between 700 meters and 2,500 meters, literally the highest vineyards in the northern hemisphere. A lot of focus on native varietals, but I also have planted non-native varietals as well. Natural winemaking or minimal intervention winemaking. We use a lot of amphoras. Literally every wine goes through an amphora. We work with old vines, and of course the beauty of having the elevation that we have is acidity and freshness in our grapes. The first wine that's being tasted tonight, or I'm not sure what the order, I apologize, but I assume it's going to be the Boudouani Abyad. Boudouani Abyad is 60% Sauvignon Blanc, 40% Merwah. I think Sauvignon Blanc doesn't need an introduction. The Merwah is native grape to Lebanon. They're grown between 1,400 meters and 1,600 meters. They're co-fermented. They spend a little time on skins, though as time goes on and the change in my styles of wine, I've tried to reduce the skin contact time on it, and maybe in the future I may just directly press it. But yeah, so it's 60% Sauvignon Blanc, 40% Merwah, fermented on skins, aged in amphora. It's fresh, it's easy to drink, it's chuggable, comes in 1 liter bottle, so it's great value for money. The Boudouani Ahmar, which is Lebanese red, Boudouani Abyad is Lebanese white, which I've just covered. Boudouani Ahmar, just giving you a translation of where these names come from. Boudouani Ahmar is semi-carbonic Senso. Senso is not a Lebanese variety, but it grows well around the Mediterranean, especially in the warmer parts of the Mediterranean. Although we're at high altitude, but I think it still is a very suitable grape for the region that we're in. Planted by my father, and semi-carbonic for about 10 days on a bed of stems. So I leave some stems at the bottom of the fermenter just to give it some structure, because Senso is a pretty tender, light variety. I didn't mention on the Boudouani Abyad that they're 120 plus year old grapes. They're planted by my great-grandfather. So the Merwah that I work with is ancient varieties and a lot of age. Finally, the Marini. The Marini is a native variety. It's co-planted with Merwah, just like you have in Portugal, where they plant red and white varieties together. The Marini is planted here with Merwah. So when we harvest Merwah, probably 10% of what comes in is Marini. We keep that aside and we make these small cuvee from it. Not a lot of very small volume, maybe 1,000 bottles to 1,000 to 100 bottles a year on a good year. It sees about 2 weeks of extended maceration, which finishes in amphora. Then it's directly pressed, portion of the grapes are aged in amphora and a bit of aging in neutral barrel, and we bottle the wines that rest in the winery after it's been it stays in the amphora for about 9 months to 10 months, so waiting for the next harvest to start, and then we bottle. We age it for about a year before we release it. It's light in color, but it has a fair bit of structure. A comparable profile would be maybe Poussade or Pinot Denis if you've had some of these varieties, especially Poussade, which is now very familiar to a lot of people. It's a grape that grows well in Jura. I'm going to give it to Michelle. She'll talk about the two Hia wines that are being featured in the class today. And sorry, you may be hearing the grumbling of the jets in the sky, and they're passing by. Seems to be very frequently tonight.
Yeah, hi. This is Michelle, like I said before, and me and Claudine. We make Hia wines. Hia means she in Arabic, and our focus is to focus on women. We want more and more women to go back to the field and to try to make wine. So we started here. Our intention was not only to encourage more women on the field, but also to show recognition to these women. A lot of women go through they juggle so many tasks, and also now in the war, just trying to keep sane and also looking after the family is quite difficult. So it's just we just want to show appreciation to these women. We focus on different varieties. We have, I think, the Hia Farha Still, and that's a mixture of apples and Merweh. And so around the winery, there's a lot of apples and Merweh. So we wanted to help the farmers, and we decided to take the apples from them when there was a financial crisis, and we said, let's help the farmers. We took the apples from there. We also took the Merweh, and we decided to do a co-ferment. So that's the Farha Still. Farha means happiness, and it was one of the first wines that we made. It's also fermented in a stainless steel tank and also aged in a tank too. The next wine is Warid. Warid means rose or rosé, and that is 100% Syrah. We put them in neutral oak barrels. We keep them actually on skins for an hour just to give it a nice rosé color. And then we put them in neutral oak barrels and we leave them there. So they're fermented there and they're also aged there. And I think that's all we need to discuss. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Nick and the whole Heather and the whole team there. We love you guys. Love what you guys do. This would not have been possible without Frederic and the Abu Nawas crew. So thank you. Sorry about the constant interruption. So thank you for doing this. Thanks for putting this on. It's unfortunate where we are. The region is in a pretty terrible situation. I'm not gonna speak about just us, but Lebanon, Palestine, the poor people of Iran, and just the whole nations that didn't ask for this, but a war that was forced upon us by a madman. Without getting too political, we're a peaceful region that has been upheavaled by very aggressive neighbors. That's the summary. We would live happily together, but we have very aggressive neighbors, or surrounded by aggressive neighbors that ensure that that doesn't happen. And in this instance, or usually, the US has always been unfair to us, and the last month and a half has been another example of prejudice and unfairness from the current administration. So we're safe. We're doing okay. Much better than others that have probably lost their homes or lost their loved ones or lost their lives. So it could be much worse. We hope this wraps up pretty soon, because no one should be suffering like the region here is at the moment. Not sure what you guys are hearing, and what news you're listening to, and what the sort of sentiment is, but everyone's had enough of what's happening now, and hopefully today is, we're recording this, today is Monday evening. Apparently by the time you guys finish the class tomorrow night, or around the time that you finish it, there'll be decisions that will have to be made in the US about the state of this region. And we can only hope that people come to their senses and we're basically saved. That's why I thought I'd do this video today, because I don't think I'll have an appetite to speak tomorrow. Thanks again, and hopefully we'll see each other soon, if that's what the big powers want, and we'll be free people again. So thank you. I appreciate, again, I've said it many times, but I really mean it. It means a lot, especially during these difficult times here in the region. So thanks from Mersal and Michelle.
And thank you so much from here as well. We hope that the situation calms down and everybody's family stays safe, and hopefully we'll get a chance to meet you next time. We would love to come and meet you in person, but let's just see how things go for now. Thanks once again, and cheers to everybody there.
Thank you.
All right, bye.